Right then, welcome to Road to 5 Bill, episode number 3, and we're kicking it off with the most important part of this episode, and we're going to be doing our treasure hunter spins. So we've got 3 to do, let's crack on with them, and we get a prismatic star, a weekly D&D token, and some snape grass, which we'll cash out for 500 GP, and yeah, thank you for watching.
This is great banter. It really is.
Alright then, so kicking off this episode with some group bossing, Rise the 6. This episode does actually contain all group bossing, I think, so that is a first for me. I haven't really done group bossing a lot, but we did do a hell of a lot during this episode. I did end up doing Varago, you'll see that later on, but we did start off by doing Rise the 6. I've cut out, it must be a good 6 hours worth of footage from Rise the 6, and I've narrowed it down to a good 2 minutes, so it just goes to show how much time you put in for the time you actually cut all the clips and record. And I didn't really want to record every single drop, because obviously the loot is just basically quite standard from Rise the 6. You're always going to get energies, and you're always going to get a secondary loot and charms and stuff, so I didn't really want to show it all. Just thought I'd show a few clips of kills that we did get, and also a few drops that I did get. So yeah, we are all learning in this team pretty much. You know, there is a few people that have a lot of KC, but as myself, we've done around 50 odd kills in this episode, cut them down to around 2.5 minutes of clips or footage, and yeah, I've done not too bad. So I'm on like 150-ish Rise to 6 KC now, which is pretty good for me, and I do actually enjoy it as well. It's good money when you get a consistent amount of kills on the go, which is awesome. Also, I would like to point out that all this footage in this episode was done in NXT, so it does look very, very beautiful, all like the different shades of colouring and stuff in Rise of the 6, along with the shadows and stuff. It does look really, really cool, and yeah, we got ourselves very lucky, as you'll see in the next clip right here, as we go and loot the chest. You'll see we got ourselves a Malevolent Kite Shield, I believe. Yeah, there we go, a Malevolent Kite Shield, that's not too bad. I think that's around 2.5 mil. I didn't put it in the G and sell it straight away because obviously it goes straight into the loot tab. And yeah, my teammates were kind of, flaming me a little bit. And then we then loot another chest, and we shall see what we get right here. And it is a Vengeful, so we got 2 shields within the 2-hour trip that I did record here. And that is a very nice start to this episode. Moving swiftly on to a raid skill, the only raid skill in this episode, which is quite unfortunate. I haven't really been. This is the only time that I got invited, and I decided to go. So we loot then, and we got ourselves a Codex, and that Beastmaster kill towards the end was like 4-man, if that. So yeah, the rest of the team just disappeared. Don't know where they went, but yeah, ended up looting Beastmaster, got ourselves a Codex, which is lovely. That's going straight to the tab, and then we moved swiftly on to Yaka, which, there we go, we get the kill there, and it's not the best of times, just over 11.5 minutes, and yeah, it was kind of a struggle. I don't know why though, but we got there in the end. Like I said, it looks beautiful on NXT yet again, as you can see all the reflections in the water right there, and just how smooth the game runs, and I don't like anymore, which is just beautiful. So if we loot then, and we got ourselves just, what is it, standard regular loot from Yaka, we got ourselves a Burial Charm, which is nice. It will go into Reputation, which is Beast. Alright then, so moving on now to the rest of this episode is now Varago. So I did do 8 hours worth of Varago in this episode, and I've been learning Bomb Tank, so thank you to Devon, who has taught me the ways of learning to do Bomb Tank. I've not quite mastered it yet. I've not started to use a Nihil, but I will be pretty soon, because I started off pretty much eating all my yak throughout the whole kill, in the first kill anyway, and then I've now started to get to the point now where I can do 2 kills with around 2 rows of yak, which I'm getting to the point now where I can start to try and use a Nihil. But yeah, it was a pretty easy rotation anyway. We were on, I think it was Team Split. Yeah, it was Team Split week, and that is when I decided to learn. And obviously with me learning Bomb Tank, it means that I get a better chance at getting more drops, and that is a reason why I was very demotivated to do Varago in my Road to Max Cash episodes, because I was just a regular DPSer when I didn't really have a great DPS rotation, didn't really know the basics of Varago, or the mechanics at least anyway, and when you go through like 10 minutes to 15 minutes of a kill and not see any loot on the floor, then you do get a little bit demotivated, whereas now with me doing Bomb Tank, I am guaranteed pretty much a drop every kill rather than random P5, which I was usually getting when I was DPSing, because everyone else was just so much better than me. But yeah, now I've sort of got out of my antisocial hole, I guess, and I've found a group of friends that are on my TeamSpeak and that are quite close to me as well, that, aren't the type of people that shout at me if I do stuff wrong. You know, they're always willing to help me learn and stuff like that. And you know, this is a reason why I didn't really do group bossing, was because I just didn't really bother, you know, getting moaned at because I was doing stuff wrong. Whereas now I've found people that, you know, are gonna, you know, teach me and make me better and help me learn and stuff like that, and are willing to help me learn, which is absolutely great. Alright, so I'm going to throw a question out there now, and it's going to be, would you like me to keep showing every single clip of every single Varago kill, or would you prefer me to chop out all the clips and just show sort of rare drops like ones, singularities, and also, if we do end up getting one, a Vitalis? And I'm also going to be including reactions as well, of course, on them drops. But I mean, I just want to break it down and sort of put it into perspective now, that if I do Varago, say, for, let's say, 10 to 15 hours, and not bother getting any drops, like any ones or sings, then that means that it'll be no clips for, obviously, the next episode. But if you guys are okay with me showing each an individual drop or Varago kill and the loot from it, then I can obviously try and get these episodes out once every 2 to 3 weeks, which will be much better, I think, for you guys. You know, a lot of you have been telling me to sort of try and record more and get more videos out, but, you know, doing stuff which takes hours upon hours to do. I mean, all these clips now are around 8 hours worth of doing Varago, and, you know, 8 hours worth compacted into, say, 10 minutes. It just goes to show how much it does actually narrow down in the end. But yeah, just a general question again, is if you would prefer me to just show the rare drops like ones and sings, or if you are okay with me continuing to show every single loot there. Like, as you can see there, I got every single drop on that kill. It's just a shame that phase 3 didn't beam, but it does look beautiful on the floor there, just getting every single drop, and that is just so much motivation. And as you can see, I was improving there, didn't use as much food, and this was, I think, hour 3 into learning bomb tank, so I'm not doing too bad so far. So I think this was within almost our 4th hour of doing Varago, obviously over the course of multiple days, but we got the kill there, and then this happened.
Oh!
Yo, let's go,
Are
boys!
you kidding
Let's
me?
go, boys!
You're kidding, right?
Fuck yeah, son!
So yeah, we got ourselves a singularity. We weren't expecting that too much, because we'd only done around 15 kills, you know, so the drop rate is around 1 in 40, I think. So yeah, we weren't expecting that at all, and also the guy that did get it, that was his first personal on around 40 KC, so, you know, he was quite new to Varago, and, you know, congratulations to him on getting the first personal drop, because it does look awesome when the drop goes for you, and you see the beam on the ground as well. Obviously, with it only being a sing, the split wasn't as good, and obviously the prices now have, you know, diminished quite a lot recently, but it was still a 32 mil-ish split, with it being, I think, 5-man. So, yeah, quite happy with that, to be honest. 32 mil, can't complain. Obviously, the prices have just absolutely been so shit recently, which is a shame. I mean, Singularity is holding its price up there because you can make a defender out of it, but the wand right now, considering the price of it, and especially with the release of the tier 85 wand as well, you know, then you're just going to expect the price to just keep falling and falling, unfortunately, until Jagex hopefully sorts something out. But now with me doing Varago and actually getting loot, I can now do another loot video, and I'm planning on doing it eventually. In this episode we've done 29 Varago kills, and I'm going to be doing a loot from 100, and then maybe even 500 then. Should I do a loot from 1000 even if we ever get there, which I doubt I will end up doing. But yeah, 100 Varago loot video I think will look pretty nice, especially considering I've already received a split of cash, so it's not going to be all just general loot. You're going to see cash splits in there as well, which I think will be nice, and it'll be another nice new addition to a loot video. It'll be one that isn't a solo boss, which will be a nice change. But yeah, so far the progress that I have made in myself currently at Varago, I'm very, very pleased with myself. I didn't really think I'd pick it up as quickly as I did do. I mean, I haven't really died yet as bomb tank, so I'm doing fairly well, I think. Just soon I will be trying to use a Nihil, and eventually I will be knocking down all different rotations during every week at Varago when I master the role of bomb tank, and I'll pretty much be almost camping it in a sense, because if I do get a Vitalis, then that will be it. That'll be Insane Final Boss will be on the go then, but until then, you know, I don't really want to say I'm going for Insane Final Boss if I don't have a Vitalis. It just sort of defeats the object. I mean, with a Vitalis being so RNG based, it doesn't really have a specific drop rate or any thresholds or anything. So, you know, yeah, fair enough, the drop rate is 1 in 5k, but I mean, like, it doesn't have a threshold. You know, you just get it randomly, so I'm just waiting for that day that I do end up getting a Vitalis, and then, yes, I will then be able to say that the insane final boss grind will be on. I mean, currently, I do have kilns, regular giant mole, and also just general raid bosses like Beastmaster and Yaka for the regular final boss title, and then we shall go from there really. But so far so good at Varago. We're going to be learning all the rotations and then getting bomb tank down, so then I can be making some massive gains and just camping the fuck out of Varago for a fairly long time. And even though the 1 prices and the thing prices aren't that great, you know, it is still pretty nice money if you do 4 to 5 man. So yeah, and even trio, I want to learn trio at some point anyway, so that'll be all for the future. I haven't really spoke much about the drops, I've just been rambling on about stupid stuff really, but as for the drops, if you're a base or a bomb tank, you're going to get the majority of the drops per, you know, in the phases and stuff like that. If you're a DPS, you will end up getting a few drops now and again, but it's not 100% certain. So with me being bomb, obviously I do get quite a few drops as seen, you know, with all the previous clips, and with the team that I do go with, we do not split energies. So all the energies that I've received, you know, it's a really nice thing that the team don't split energies for me really, because it builds the tab up nicely, and all the energies are around 260k each, which is beautiful. And even the regular drops are, you know, like Onyx bolts, grapevine seeds, and you build up a lot on Triskelion fragments as well. But anyway, I'm going to leave you with the last remaining Varago clip, and yeah, it is the best one out of the lot. So yeah, enjoy.
Hey.
Oh, boys.
See you, Devin. See you.
Is that for me?
Wait, what?
There we go, boys.
See you, Devin.
Boys, that looks fucking beautiful on the ground, I'm not gonna lie. So after that kill, I put the one straight into the GE and it sold for 222 mil. Now the prices are absolutely rubbish now. We ended up splitting the wand as well 5 man, so it ended up being a 44 mil split. Now that's not too bad considering the prices and all. So I've currently made around 76 mil-ish from Varago from 2 splits alone, which is alright. And also shout out to the guy that was spamming the hell out of the max guild as well when he spotted me. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this episode. So right now we shall crack on with the boss kills and also the current loot tab. Alright then, it is that time of the episode where we do the outro, we go through all the boss KC and we have a sneak peek at what the tab is currently looking like. So if we crack on with it, and we shall open up the boss kill counter, 23,264, that's not bad, considering that I've mainly been doing Rise of the 6 and also Varago. Now I did say in the last episode that I wanted to reach 600 Araxor KC. Now I do apologise for not hitting that figure, but that is mainly because I did go to Varago and I've been learning Varago, with it being an easy week, so I figured I'd try and make the most of it. So now it is currently purple bomb rotation, which is, you know, kind of difficult. So I figured I may as well use the time up and wait for a better Varago rotation before I go back. So I thought, you know, why not just do Araxor then and, you know, get the 600 KC during this week, which is probably what I'm going to be doing in episode 4. So Rise of the 6 as well, we are up to 158 kills. Got myself obviously 2 shields, as you did see, very lucky there, and that is pretty awesome. So if we scroll down and have a look at the Varago KC, we started at 81 and we are currently now at 110. So, you know, I've done 8 hours worth of Varago in this episode and we've made quite a nice amount, as you've seen, and that is pretty much it for this episode in the bosses anyway. So it hasn't been a major change in boss KC. Done next as well, but I didn't really get anything. Didn't even get any Onyx bolt drops or many Onyx bolt drops, so I haven't really included any of that in there. So we're currently on a dry streak at next, believe it or not. So yeah, that is it for the boss skills. If we crack on then and have a look into the tab, and I've sorted it out a little bit, added a few new additions. As you can see, we've got a cache pile up here. Now this cache is just from the seismic splits alone, and that's all it's going to be from Varago. So we got 44 mil for the wand, and also we got a singularity, which we got like a 32 mil split from. So yeah, that is the reason for the 76 mil cache there. Also, I've added in my Triskelion fragments. I've gained a bunch of these from thieving and Prif, but you know, I've also gained some from Araxor, and you know, quite a few recently, especially from Varago. So I'll be making them into keys probably at the end of this series. So scrolling down, then, just the general resources have been building up very, very nicely. 204k coal ore. Now that looks pretty sick. There, need to go back to God Wars 2 to get you know, some more and farm more general resources. 16.1k Onyx bolts on the road to 100k, and then that'll look pretty nice in the bank. And just generally, I've got obviously onyxes there. I did start kilns. I'm going to be starting kilns. I'm going to try and knock them all out before the kiln gets buffed. Currently got around 20 hours of fight kilns left to do before I have the 100 done and out the way for the final boss requirements. And that is pretty much it. So we've got 3 new additions down here. We've got a Malevolent Kite, a Vengeful, and also a Ability Codex, which, you know, we got from the last raids run that we've done, or the only raids run I think that we did do in this episode. And also we've got 20k Techie as well, which I think I can buy another ability or something, or another codex. I'm not really quite sure, but I'm just going to leave this build up over time. And that is pretty much it for the tab. So yeah, goals for episode 4 is just generally keep building up the tab. Currently it's an age rotation at Varago, like I said, so we're going to smash out Araxor and try and hit that 100, or that 600 KC rather, and yeah, just carry on getting on top of raids and knocking them off, and try and fit in the fight kilns and try and do, I don't know, like 5 kilns a day or something, and just keep on top of them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I do hope you enjoyed this episode, and as always, I shall see you soon. Peace.
Tonight, it's alright. You can keep that piece of me. I'll come through. I'll grow, don't need you. It ain't how it used to be. You